All right, so let's get ready to enter Module 4, the Muse. And our objectives are, well, first of all, discover why it's essential to post articles on LinkedIn, learn strategies to shine when you publish, and how to maximize your readership. When you provide value by writing an article, by posting on LinkedIn, the result is usually that your network expands, and second, that you improve your credibility as an expert. So it's definitely something that you want to do. Now, if you have never done this, you can post an article by clicking on the pencil icon you will see in the status update window. Remember, posting articles will give you credibility and will help you expand your network. I've had amazing results, and sometimes my articles on LinkedIn get many more views than the articles I post on my blog, so it's a wonderful platform. I recommend that to start, maybe you use content that you have already developed. Give all content new life. Of course, you might have to do a couple of edits to target it or to tailor it to your audience, but it's still less work. I have done the same with my best blogs or blog posts, and it has resulted in a ton of new engagement, new exposure, and again, it's valuable information. So if something is current, why not just share it on LinkedIn? When you write an article, you position yourself as an expert. Everyone in your LinkedIn network will start to become more and more familiar with you and the work you do. And why is that? Well, every time you post something, they will get a notification. And also, if you share information with your groups, of course, make sure it's relevant content, then you'll make new connections. So over time, your network will see you as the go-to expert in your field. There's also something super important. If your article is shared enough, and of course it happens if you have a large network of connections, which goes back to what I recommended before, to reach the 500 connection limit and exceed it. Because if more people see your articles, if more people like and share your article, then it's possible that LinkedIn will publish it in one of the categories on Pulse, which is basically the magazine that LinkedIn sends to all of its members. Or it could be posted right on the homepage. Imagine that. So as you can see, you have the movers and shakers. Those articles are right up there. They get hundreds of thousands of views. So imagine how many doors would open up for you if that happens. Also, you may notice that LinkedIn occasionally sends you an email to let you know about the most popular posts in your network. And of course, this always results in a significant boost in readership. Okay, so more connections, more visibility, more opportunities to be published on Pulse. Writing articles on LinkedIn will also allow you to reach your second and third level connections. It's a given that your first level connections will be seeing your posts, but as soon as they begin to like, comment, and share, your content will be seen beyond your immediate network. And this is exactly what's happening when you notice posts on your homepage that aren't shared directly by your first level connections. As you notice in the picture, I see that one of my connections liked an article, and then I have access to that article as well. An important reminder: you want to maximize the number of people who see your posts. And this means that you might have to change your privacy settings. So I suggest setting your sharing parameters to public. So anything that you post will be seen by everybody. I mean, you would never want to post anything you would not want the public to see. It's something that is key for personal branding. Also, in profile privacy controls, click on choose who can follow your updates and select everyone. Again, the more people who see your posts, the more likes, the more shares, the more exposure, and the stronger and wider your network. Also, when you post on LinkedIn, as I said before, engagement is high. Topics that resonate with the LinkedIn community have a great shot at getting high exposure and engagement. So just experiment with your network and see if you find content that works for you, that people actually like and share. Some of my articles on LinkedIn have so many more views than the articles on my blog, so I make sure that when I write something that is relevant, I immediately post it on LinkedIn. Now let's review some great tips to make your post the best they can be. First of all, you must keep a conversational tone. Of course, not too casual, but it has to be something that is fun and easy to read. I recommend short paragraphs, no more than 2 or 3 lines, and clear titles. Remember, people are scanning. They don't have a ton of time, so if you help them, then they'll read the entire article. Also, state the value to the reader right from the start. Don't just do a long introduction. You just say, okay, this is what I'm going to share. This is how it's going to help you. People will be more likely to read what you wrote. Also, be specific. Be clear and concise when you say something. I would say if you can write articles that average about 700 words, those are best. I wouldn't write anything less than 500 words and no more than 1,200 words because people just don't have the time to read that much. I also recommend that you use formatting. It's so important. And if you already have a blog, then you're probably familiar with this. But if you don't have it, then you go to format and you see all of these headings. Heading 1 is for the main titles, and then you have the subtitles. Heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. Use all of them because that way your article is more engaging. It is reader friendly. So you want people to want to read your articles. Also, use pictures, videos, slideshows. Become creative and just something that you feel that you would want to read. That's what I do. I always use a lot of pictures. Video I haven't used much, but the pictures are a must. People love graphics. Also, make sure that the main picture you use to publish the article actually draws people's attention. People will look at an article based on 2 things. Number 1, the title. So make sure your title is super descriptive and it shows the benefit to the reader. And second, the picture, right? So you have to choose a picture that is as appealing as possible. Select the best days and times to publish. I'll give you a little secret here. Statistics show that Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the best days to publish. That is true. I've experimented with all the days and it's definitely true. Avoid Fridays. Avoid weekends, of course, and I don't really like Mondays. Every time I publish something on Mondays, it just doesn't do that well. So choose Tuesdays, choose Wednesdays, and in regard to the time, I would say early in the morning when people come into the office or at lunchtime are best. At the end of the day, it's not bad, but I would favor early morning or around lunchtime. Of course, you want to maximize your readership, right? So I would say I have 3 pointers for you to do so. The first is to have a large network who shares your content. So that goes back to what? To expand your network, because the more likes you get, the more shares, then the more likelihood that your article would just spread and it would become viral. So that would be awesome. Also, share your article on other social media platforms. I always post mine on Twitter, on Facebook, on Google+. That way people go back to your LinkedIn page. Maybe they will ask you to become a connection. You get more exposure. And then finally, of course, if you create timely and engaging content, something that people need that provides value, then of course you'll maximize your readership. So good luck with that. I know you can do it. All right, so we are at the end of this module, but I'm so excited because the next 3 have awesome information that will really help you. Module 5 gives you advanced tactics to grow your network and also to monitor your personal brand. Module 6 will give you information that you need to decide whether LinkedIn Premium is for you or not. And then, of course, we'll cover some security stuff that is also important to keep in mind in the last module. So a lot of great information. I look forward to sharing that with you. And thank you so much for learning all this stuff. I think it'll really help you in your career. And remember, always, always reveal your magnificence.